Hello, so this video is how to fight racism on an individual level. So 1, you can learn to recognize and understand your own privilege. One of the first steps to eliminating racial discrimination is learning to recognize and understand your own privilege. Radical privilege plays out across social, political, economical, and cultural environments. Checking your privilege and using your privilege to dismantle systematic racism are 2 ways to begin this complex process. However, race is only one aspect of privilege. Religion, gender, sexuality, ability status, socioeconomic status, language, and citizenship status can all affect your level of privilege. 2, examine your own biases and consider where they have originated. What messages did you receive as a kid about people who are different from you? What was the racial and or ethnical makeup of your neighborhood or religious community? So examining your own biases can help us work to ensure equality for all. 3, validate the experience and feelings of people of color. Another way to address bias and recognize privilege is to support the experience of other people and engage in tough conversations about race and injustice. We cannot be afraid to discuss oppression and discrimination for fear of it getting it wrong. Take action by learning about the ways that racism continues to affect our society. So 4, challenge the colorblind ideology. It's a massive myth that we live in a post-racial society where people don't see color. Perpetuating a colorblind ideology actually contributes to racism. When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. described his hope for living in a colorblind world, he did not mean that we should ignore race. It is impossible to eliminate racism without at first acknowledging race. Being colorblind ignores a significant part of a person's identity and dismisses the real injustices that many people face as a result of race. So 5, you can, in your own, you can call out racist jokes or statements. Let people know that racist comments are not okay. If you're not comfortable or do not feel safe being confrontational, try to break down their thought process and ask questions. Like, a simple one, it would be, that joke doesn't make sense to me. Can you explain it? 6, find out how your company or school works to expand opportunities for people of color. Systematic racism means that there are barriers, including wealth disparities, criminal justice biases, and education and housing discrimination, that stack the deck against people of color in the workplace or at school. So one thing we can do to help fight our individual, fight racism on an individual level is start with something small, like your school or community. 7, be thoughtful with your finances. Take a stand with your wallet. Know the practices of companies that you invest in and the charities that you donate to. Make an effort to shop at small local businesses and give your money back to the people living in the community. And then finally 8, adopt an intersectional approach in all aspects of your life. Remember that all forms of oppression are connected. You cannot fight against one form of injustice and not fight against others. So that's it for this video. Thank you for listening.